Oh, sorry. My apologies. Thank you. Okay. Well, I get to say that all over again. So we're going to look at the Gotham system. Um, really, I was just talking about what their killability was. I wanted to get down to the videos. So this is the Gotham. Software is the West weapon system. So that was the silent introduction. Here's some of their targeting systems. Down below, they have videos that I want to get to, so we can watch those. Yeah, it's Plantier or Palantir. Now, this system is very much like the Lavender system that they're using in, yeah, 11 minutes. I was talking all that time, too. That's funny. But this is very similar to the system they're using in Gaza right now. You can see their targeting ability. We're going to get down to some of the videos there. I've kind of read through all this already, so they're at this transloading facility. That's their target. Precision dominance from space to mud. So you can see their targeting abilities with satellite systems. And it's so easy, you can just use a laptop. These are all the satellites they have in orbit, I believe. And of course, ground-based targets there, Flock IC3. I don't know what that is. So this transloading facility is under attack, definitely. That's what they have selected as a target. They haven't deployed any weaponry on it yet. We'll have to wait and see the videos. So orchestrate combat power operating system for global decision making. Isn't that great? They have global decision making. Here's them targeting with a Predator drone, targeting a vehicle remotely from far, far away. So they can pretty much target whatever they want. Never was. Yeah. A lot of it seemed like it was all CGI, right? So combat superiority. Look at all these methods of targeting they have. It's awesome. There's no sound on these. We'll get down to the videos in a while. Look at this. You can do it right from your vehicle. There's some blurred weaponry in the back. There's the blast zone he's looking at, I believe. I'm going to take out that area. Launch point and key. It's set on the map there. See how easy it is to kill people? Explore defense solutions. Discover the mission-tested Plantier solutions that combat the world's most complex defense challenges. Powering the kill chain. Isn't that beautiful? That's the one we're going to start off on. Um, for genocide. No, I don't know. I think so. I don't know. A lot of it was shown to be AI, so I don't know how much of it was really anything that happened on that whole thing. Let's take a look at a video here, if we can do that. Are you going to let me? details. Oh, okay, just a video I can't hear. Oh, this sucks. Looks exactly the same as the other videos, too. Yeah, I don't know what they had. Not know. Apparently they're all gone. I don't know. What was it? The last American prisoner was released or something, they said. Something like that. See, I don't like that these videos just won't play for me. There's no sound. No, it's not me. Let's see if we can. I'm going to check something here. See what I can find. See if we can find Palantir themselves. There we go. Gotham. Okay, that's better.
I'm Meredith, and I'm a deployment
Right.
strategist at Palantir.
That's some
During my
sound.
time as an active duty Air Force officer, I saw firsthand how hard it is to navigate the fog of war. Over the past 20 years, we've been focused on a counterinsurgency fight. And all that time, our near-peer rivals have observed our actions, learned our capabilities, and grown bolder.
The South China Sea is heating up.
Vladimir Putin tells the U.S.
Maybe if you stopped attacking them.
attack could be
Tensions between the U.S. and Iran are
near Taiwan as tensions escalate.
Now that the focus is shifting to great power,
Maybe it'd be a good thing if they just didn't make so many enemies, you know? About this not getting into foreign entanglements. That all went to hell, right? Who was it? President of the Second World War there? Or yeah, it was.
or competition,
I can't
the
remember.
real
You
question
guys got
is,
dragged into
can we
the war.
deter the next great war?
Yeah.
As a
Of course,
notional
yeah.
example, an escalation could start with something as simple as the Chinese military conducting a routine exercise in the South China Sea. To see the full
So here we are with predictive programming.
picture
Right?
and make tactical, operational, and strategic decisions, the U.S. and allied forces rely on Palantir. Monitoring the exercise, AI models running on satellite data detect an increased level of military activity. To the north, ship detection models identify an alarming buildup of fishing vessels surrounding a major Taiwanese port. An activity model detects that many of those ships are tied together, suggesting an ulterior motive and increasing the risk of a blockade. The U.S. maintains a national interest in free trade throughout the South China Sea. And as an island only 90 miles off the coast of mainland China, Taiwan is especially reliant on freedom of navigation through international waters.
Right.
This free trade is particularly critical given that Taiwan produces 80% of the world's semiconductors.
Well, look at that. They've even come up with a good scenario for them to go to war and use their systems. And amazingly, over Taiwan, which is right now a contested area. Gee, I wonder if they could gin up some, some false flags in that area.
The device you're watching this on today almost certainly relies on these parts. Any disruption could be disastrous. So as the team watches closely with partner nations, a new alert comes in from Japanese intelligence. The Chinese Luoyang destroyer has gone dark and isn't showing up on intelligence feeds. The ship had previously been docked at a southern naval base, but AI models detect that it's now missing. Gotham fuses data from multiple sources to project likely paths for the Luoyang. The most dangerous routes head east, towards both the military exercise and the mounting tensions outside the Taiwanese port. The analyst identifies a key fork to monitor between the routes. To collect more imagery, machine learning models built by academic and commercial partners run on data across all domains. The models determine that satellite coverage alone is not enough to find the ship. Based on what is capable and ready, the system recommends a few alternatives. The best option is an aircraft from Okinawa. Before finalizing the selection, analysts deploy the latest micromodels, trained to avoid incoming threats, identify military equipment, and detect military ships. The unmanned aircraft receives its mission and prepares for takeoff. Time is ticking, and they need to find the ship quickly. As the aircraft departs, video streams back to headquarters in real time. A ship identification model detects the dimensions, speed, and weapon system of the destroyer headed north. An analyst back in the operations center verifies the detection, which confirms the Liu Yang is on the most dangerous path and is only a few hours away from the potential blockade. The commander is briefed on the fast-developing situation and examines several human and machine-generated courses of action that have been jointly tested and developed in past exercises and simulations. The first option involves sending reinforcements to a nearby base, which may take too long. The second option is to send a manned aircraft over the fishing vessels, which could introduce unnecessary risk. The third option is a freedom of navigation operation, which means positioning an American or allied ship closer to the developing situation. This option appears to have the highest probability of success with the lowest risk. Joint forces decide to task an American ship. Once the choice is selected, a task order is submitted, and the American ship quickly alters course. The team watches closely as the operation progresses, and as the American ship approaches, the fishing vessel blockade begins to disband, and the Liu Yang continues north without incident.
Or they don't.
While this example
Becomes
was
a
notional,
confrontation.
events like these happen more often than you realize, and one wrong move could put millions at risk. In these situations, Palantir Gotham provides those who protect our values with the technology to make decisions at speed, and in the process, makes the world a safer place.
I'm gonna go get another milk.
Yeah, the video will mess up my voice there. Where are you guys? I Ching is divination with physical mediums. Yeah, Dan Winters does a lot of different stuff. He told me the sage is egregor. I'm not sold on that either. Huh. Egregors are a neat idea. The collective consciousness of a group or people. Yeah, AI will decide what to do, that's for sure. Yep. I Ching, yeah. I'm a precog. I don't use tarot or anything. Yeah, I don't use much in the way of divination tools myself. Just my mind. Calls them Geneva keys. Okay. The Palladian stuff. Oh, interesting. Main index. What is this? Return to Dan Winters index below. Okay, interesting. And what's this? Planck Pyre perfect fractal implosion, charge collapse cause of gravity and consciousness. Not something I'm going to watch, but interesting idea. People come up with all kinds of neat stuff. Right? Put on your jeans. Let's see what else Palantir has. Palantir, I mean. I keep calling them Palantir. They do like to advertise, right? Guess it's good money. Oh, you just put on your glasses, right on. That's exciting. Oh, look at all the drones. Thousands of drones. It's like an orchestra leader whipping his hands around and killing people in an instant. That's beautiful. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even show you guys that. Sorry. That was hilarious. Here, let me start this again. This is beautiful. This guy acts like an orchestra leader with weapon systems. He's got Google glasses on. Oh, that's spectacular. Somebody booped. Mr. Mission booped. Cool. How you doing, Mr. Mission?
All right, how are you? You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first time I've been on Restream on this phone.
Yeah, I had to switch to Restream. StreamYard suspended my account. They don't like me. UK Defense Gotham demo. I like these demos of all these weapon systems, you know? Gives you an idea of the awesome killing power they have. Hi, Termir. Good to see you. You want to see the rock I found earlier today, Matt? Yeah. Send me a pic. All right, going to continue here. This is fun. Defense of Europe, UK Defense Gotham. Oh my God. Is this an AI system? That's awesome. An interactive AI system. Maybe it'll talk to us too.
My name's Will, and I'm a deployment strategist at Palantir UK. During my time in the military, I experienced firsthand how challenging it is to make decisions in fast-moving situations when the picture is uncertain and the risk is rising. The UK finds itself in competition with states who seek to undermine the rules-based international order.
The South China Sea is heating.
A North Korean nuclear attack could be.
In Afghanistan, the Taliban have announced
tensions between the US and Iran are at
near Taiwan as tensions escalate.
The UK's focus is on securing stability, protecting peace, and deterring our adversaries. At Palantir, we work to help the UK Armed Forces make the right decisions at the right time in support of these missions. As a notional example, escalation could start with something as simple as a Chinese military exercise.
Really harping on China, eh?
Deployment. Palantir provides an integrated, multi-domain operating picture to drive tactical, operational, and strategic decision-making. Monitoring the exercise, AI models run over satellite data and detect an increased level of military activity.
Wow.
Meanwhile, ship detection models identify a rapid and abnormal buildup of fishing vessels surrounding a major Taiwanese port. An activity model detects that many of those ships are rafted together, suggesting a hostile motive and indicating the opening phase of a blockade.
Oh, this is the same scenario that the woman described.
The UK maintains a national interest.
That's not very exciting. I was wondering why they were just harping on China there, but they've got the same system. the same scenario, sorry. Europa, what's that? Intelligence and law enforcement agencies have relied on Plantier Gotham to process their most critical work. Plantier, oh, this is the one I want to see. That's what I want to see, their targeting systems.
AIP unleashes the power of large language models and cutting-edge AI for defense and military organizations. LLMs and algorithms must be controlled in this highly regulated and sensitive context to ensure that they are used in a legal and ethical way. AIP's capabilities make the use of LLMs and AI possible in the military context through 3 core pillars. First, AIP deploys LLMs and AI across any network, from classified networks to devices on the tactical edge.
Yeah, what are they
AIP
fishing for,
connects highly
people?
sensitive and
The chat
classified
froze up
intelligence
there.
data
Hi,
to create a
Indigroove.
real-time representation of your environment. Second, AIP's
Right.
security features let you define what LLMs and AI can and cannot see, and what they can and cannot do, with safe AI and handoff functions. Third, AIP brings industry-leading guardrails to control, govern, and trust in the AI. As operators and AI take action in platform, AIP generates a secure digital record of operations. These capabilities are crucial for mitigating significant legal, regulatory, and ethical risks posed by LLMs and AI in sensitive and classified settings. In this demo, we'll explore how AIP powers responsible, effective, and compliant AI advantage. We start with a military operator responsible for monitoring activity within Eastern Europe. They've just received an alert that military equipment is amassed in a field 30 kilometers from friendly forces. AIP leverages large language models to allow operators
so their AI tells them, right?
Show me more details. They ask what enemy units are in the region and leverage AI to build out a likely unit formation. What enemy military unit is in the region?
Trust us, the enemy's there.
Requests additional imagery to build a more complete picture of the potential enemy equipment on the ground.
Link there if you want to come up.
Task new imagery for this location at a resolution of 1 meter or higher.
Wow.
AIP surfaces the option to deploy a nearby drone to collect video. Task the MQ-9 to capture video of this location. The footage confirms a potential threat. The drone footage shows an enemy T-80 main battle tank. Generate 3 courses of action to target this enemy equipment. The operator uses AIP to generate 3 possible courses of action to target this enemy equipment. Next, they use AIP to automatically send these options up the chain of command. Send these 3 options to my commander for review. Let's look under the hood. As our operator poses questions, the LLM is traversing a data foundation of real-time information, integrated from across public and cloud sources. Data is automatically tagged and protected by classification marks, and AIP enforces which parts of the organization the LLM has access to, while respecting an individual.
So that was an interesting statement there.
Classification markings. An AIP enforces which parts of the organization.
So an AIP, I don't know what that is, enforces which parts of the organization the LLM has access to. So that goes from like satellites down to nanosensors, phones, biodigital. So they can limit what you have access to. Like in January 6th there, the walkthrough on January 6th, they allowed access to everybody's phones. But they could have gone further than that. They could have had access to track and trace each body. You know, it just depends on how much the AIP is going to allow people to use. I don't know what the AIP is.
Has access to, while respecting an individual's permissions, role, and need to know. For example, the LLM shown cannot access soldier health data by policy.
Okay, so there it is. So soldier health data. would identify them instantly through the W band. So that's available, but they're saying you can't use that. So only government can use that.
Every response from AIP retains links back to the underlying data records, propagating the correct classifications as well as enabling transparency for the user, who can investigate as necessary. This functionality is critical and essential to responsible use of LLMs and AI in military contexts. Our commander must now assess the three possible courses of action generated by AIP to neutralize the buildup of enemy equipment.
So we have that. We've got all your biometrics and we can track you anywhere. But, you know, for military purposes, we're just not going to allow that.
The system highlights key information for each course.
Which is probably why the Lavender system there has a different ratio of people you're allowed to kill mistakenly or as collateral damage, because they don't allow them to open up the medical data and just let them target each individual that they want to kill. But they're working with those systems, I'm sure. You know, using them, Palantir is probably using them in the background, making sure that those capabilities are available.
Of action to assist decision making, such as the time required and status of supplies. Our commander selects a course of action. Approve course of action 3. AIP has established which unit is closest to the enemy tank. Our commander can now begin to develop an operational plan for Team Omega. First, the commander uses AIP to assess the battlefield. Analyze the battlefield considering a striker vehicle and a platoon-sized unit. An automated terrain analysis model processes all existing geospatial intelligence to understand unit maneuverability. From here, AIP suggests the optimal route based on the unit's composition and the traversability of the terrain. Generate a route from Team Omega to the enemy equipment.
Then process.
Our commander validates the unit's supply of the munition needed to engage the enemy equipment.
I can identify
How many javelin
everyone
missiles does Team Omega have?
with medical data.
Next, our commander wants to disrupt enemy communications. This will allow ground forces to more safely maneuver and help ensure that enemy equipment stays in position. AIP automatically identifies and pairs all of the validated enemy communication nodes with a disruption capability. Assign jammers to each of the validated high-priority communications targets. Targets are paired and ready to execute. Our commander instructs AIP to stand by before sending orders. Finally, our commander uses AIP to summarize and then submit the operational plan for the elected course of action. Summarize the operational plan. Submit. Let's look under the hood again. Many of these steps required a deep understanding of military doctrine, logistics, and battle dynamics. AIP is interoperable with existing and future capabilities and connects LLMs with trusted military and national security models, including computer vision, advanced position and navigation, effects pairing, and simulation, while accommodating standard military decision-making procedures. AIP secures handoff between these models, including models deployed
if it's got a heartbeat, they can find it.
Model access controls. This empowers military organizations to use LLMs and other models in concert to enable
and in some cases even without a
and courses of
heartbeat.
action safely and at scale. An electronic warfare specialist initiates the jamming operation. Initiate jamming operation. AIP confirms the jamming order has been initiated. With enemy communication disrupted, our ground forces are cleared to move into position and destroy the enemy equipment.
Yeah, animals, plants, people, everything.
To better understand how AIP was able to safely support this time-sensitive military operation. In the
Internet
AIP
of
control
everything.
panel, organizations set the guardrails for models, including how the model interacts with classification markings, as well as which actions, tasks, and workflows the AI is trusted to recommend.
Well, they've gone
or
to the
carry out.
Internet of everything.
They can also define protective safety and quality controls around model inputs and outputs.
That was
A
the
detailed activity
IoT. This is the
monitor captures
IoE.
all prompts, responses, and decisions, seamlessly mapping AI-driven actions back to the data that powered them. This was imperative for the safe and ethical use of LLMs and AI for our operation.
They have an internet of everything right now.
AIP unlocks the power of large language models and cutting-edge AI for defense and military organizations. The platform brings together foundational technology and operational impact to empower the U.S. and allies to deter and defend responsibly, effectively, and at speed.
They allude to it. You know, they allude to that they can't use the... hi, Dalla. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's Dale. Sorry. Hi, Dale. Yeah, they've got your biometrics. They can use that. They alluded to that they have that, but showed that they wouldn't release that to the military. That was an interesting statement they made. That's what I'm going to call it. That was the one we just watched there. Bad news announced to investors if you own more than $6,000 worth of Palantir stock. Huh. 1029. Let's take a look. I'm curious now what's happening to Palantir. Enough with the commercials.
In at 303. Palantir's market cap clocks in at $303.35 billion, enough to rank it as the 32 most valuable public company in the world. For context, it sits just behind household names like Nike and Oracle, and ahead of the likes of Adobe and Verizon. Over the past year, Palantir's stock has soared 500% from its spring 2024 levels, and is up about 71% year to date. By contrast, the broader technology sector has eked out only around 5% growth over the same period. Why the disconnect? AI darling. Investors are pouring cash into any company with AI in its deck. Sticky revenues, long-term government and commercial contracts keep cash flows predictable. Meme stock mojo. Retail fans rallied behind Palantir's data is king narrative. Meanwhile, many tech giants, think Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet, have been struggling to regain momentum amid global tariff concerns, rising interest rates, and geopolitical jitters, even as they continue to post strong profits. Big institutions are all in, and over 15% from 2 players. Institutional investors collectively own around 58.9% of Palantir's outstanding shares, one of the highest institutional ownership ratios in tech. Among the top 10 owners are Vanguard, BlackRock, Capital Group's American Funds, and T. Rowe Price, and Capital Group plus T. Rowe Price together now control over 15% of the float, through their suite of mutual and retirement funds. Why it matters? Huge institutional stakes can stabilize the stock, but when insiders sell, it raises governance questions about whether management thinks the stock is richly valued. Alex Karp's $600 million plus stock sales, governance eyebrows raised. Since late 2024, CEO Alex Karp has filed to unload up to $1 billion of his shares, and sold roughly $600 million worth to cover taxes and diversify. Meanwhile, CFO David Glazer quietly offloaded another $48 million, high water mark. Chatter, insiders selling at these levels fuels rumors that they see current multiples as peak valuations. It also prompts calls for share buybacks or dividends, especially given the company's massive cash balance. Dual-class shares and valuation premium. Palantir maintains a dual-class share structure, with Class A shares, public, carrying 1 vote each, and Class B shares, held by founders or insiders, carrying 10 votes each. Investor gripe: this setup concentrates control in the hands of a few, limiting public shareholder sway. Proposed fixes, buybacks to support the stock price, dividends to share cash with investors, especially given the lofty 73 times revenue multiple. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications
so they might
bell,
take a
and
hit.
comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you might be relevant to your financial targets, join us and become a member for member only to peers. Compare that to the 6-10 times range for typical SaaS names. Even Snowflake, the high-flying data warehouse pure play, trades around 45 times revenues. Stretch scenario. If Palantir can sustain 40% plus growth for the next few years, perhaps this multiple shrinks to a manageable 20 times, 30 times. But anything above 50 times usually sets off bubble alarm buzz. Imagine your inbox. Now imagine an AI agent, trained on your contracts and calendars, triaging emails, drafting meeting agendas, and even scheduling coffee with your boss. That's AIP in your enterprise. Disaster relief, a hurricane.
There's that AIP again.
Emergency management teams spin up blinking dashboards in Palantir Foundry that overlay satellite imagery, power outage reports, cell tower status, and FEMA resource allocations in real time. Avoiding traffic jams for rescue convoys. Disruption. Palantir's all-in data AI platforms sit at the heart of the next productivity wave, automating tasks that once took armies of assistants. Risk or reward. At 73 times revenues and insider selling, you need to decide if you're paying for growth potential or a speculative premium. Governance. Dual-class shares plus big insider stakes equals less check and balance from everyday investors. Palantir has vaulted into the Tech Elite Club, number 32 by market cap, up 71% YTD versus 5% for the industry, and backed by deep-pocketed institutions. But with CEO sales topping $600 million, a 73 times revenue tag, and dual-class governance, the company sits at a crossroads. Will it deliver on that growth, or will its sky-high valuation come back to earth? Palantir faces a complex web of risks, from customer concentration and regulatory scrutiny to steep competition and macro volatility.
Yeah, the DeepSeek really put a hit on Palantir too. There's other systems out there too.
In its latest 10K disclosures. Despite these headwinds, its aggressive R&D spend, 25.5% YOY increase in 2024, and robust patent filings underscore a technology moat. Net dollar retention of 124% speaks to sticky revenues, even as regulators, GDPR, data privacy bodies, and governance critics challenge its dual-class structure. Analysts remain cautiously optimistic, pointing to Pentagon renewals and fresh corporate AI deals, though macro uncertainty and high valuation multiples warrant prudence. Risk factors, navigating the minefield. Customer concentration and sales cycles. Palantir warns that a small number of large customers account for a substantial portion of revenue. And
a question, do you think that the government's going to let systems like this be held in the hands of other people? Hi, Lindsay. Oh, somebody here. Indy.
Yep.
How you doing? Check. Yeah, Mike's good.
Good.
Yeah, I was just asking, do you think the military is going to leave? Is this Palantir and this Gotham system, are they actually in the hands of private individuals, or is it military owned and operated?
I think the military is funding the contracts for these companies to carry out their work, to act as a proxy. It's a way to outsource the liability at this point. Because then they can just say, well, these companies are publicly traded and all your retirement is invested in it. So this is a business venture, but no, it's a military operation being developed here.
So the government's really just making money off it.
Yeah, just like Google. Yeah. Google is funding all it. They subsidize Google's building of data centers. Why would you do that?
Right.
This is supposed to be a publicly traded, competitive company, and they're being, funded with socialism, public funds.
So they'll crash it if they need to. or if they want to,
or merge it, or
yeah.
we got a brand name change. We sell out. We sold our patents. They can do anything.
Yeah. Or our systems being shut down while another one starts up, just like Facebook.
Yep. From MySpace to Facebook.
Yeah.
Of course, from what I can tell, MySpace seemed to be a good guy. It seemed to be legit, and that's why it went away.
Yeah, it could have been controlled by somebody who was doing a half-decent job.
Yeah, that guy Tom, he apparently, the story is he was approached to, I guess, either sell or do something, and he said, no, I want to keep it the way it is. And they said, okay, and then they started Facebook.
Wow.
And the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this looks good.
Tide OxyMax Power Pods, 1-up.
Now we get to see what they do with drones. Lovely. See that one video? They had like 1,000 drones coming out of a ship. That's not even warfare anymore,
That's it's the Sentinels from the Matrix movie.
Right.
Technology can be a fatal flaw. As we've seen on the battlefield, even the most advanced AI-powered drones can become lost or compromised when facing sophisticated electronic warfare. But what if there was a solution that could keep drones even in GPS-denied environments? Join us as we dive into how Palantir's visual navigation revolutionized drone operation, ensuring they navigate with precision even when conventional systems fail. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're exploring a pressing issue in modern warfare, the unreliability of GPS technology on the battlefield. In recent reports, including insights from the Wall Street Journal, we've learned drones are struggling to overcome Russian jamming and GPS blackout technology. It's a stark reminder that GPS signals can be jammed, spoofed, or completely denied, leaving drones vulnerable in combat situations. Advanced electronic warfare capabilities can easily disrupt these signals, leading to drones losing their way or even worse, falling into enemy hands. Using radio control to operate drones in these scenarios is equally risky. It's easily detectable, which can expose operators to enemy attacks. But here's where things get interesting. What if drones didn't need GPS at all? That's where VNav comes in. To address these challenges, Palantir has developed Visual Navigation, or VNav. This groundbreaking technology allows drones to operate autonomously in GPS-compromised areas. By utilizing onboard intelligence and software, VNav enables drones to navigate accurately without relying on GPS or radio control. It does this through a simple camera and onboard compute, comparing the drone's position against satellite imagery. This capability gives drones enhanced mission flexibility, allowing them to operate in environments where GPS is not just unreliable, but completely unavailable. Think urban canyons, dense forests, or even inside buildings. For missions involving reconnaissance, surveillance, or deliveries, the ability to navigate through varied terrains without relying on external signals can be a game changer. And there's more. The cost efficiency of VNav could change how drones are used across industries. Palantir has partnered with Flyby Robotics to showcase the power of VNav. Their F-11 drone model integrates seamlessly with this technology, ensuring operational compliance and reliability. Palantir has spent years developing products at the intersection of computer vision and geospatial algorithms. VNav is the culmination of that expertise, combining multiple data sources to provide a comprehensive picture of the drone's position. One major advantage of VNav is its cost efficiency. Traditional navigation systems that rely heavily on high-precision IMUs or complex sensor arrays can be prohibitively expensive, especially for large-scale deployments. VNav, however, leverages standard, often lower-cost sensors found in many consumer drones and enhances their capabilities with advanced software. This makes autonomous navigation technology more accessible by reducing the cost barrier, enabling broader deployment across various sectors, including military, agriculture, logistics, and infrastructure inspection. But the benefits don't stop at cost. What about scaling this technology for diverse use cases? VNAV scalability is a standout feature. Because the system integrates with existing drone hardware and requires minimal additional components, it can be easily scaled for different use cases. Whether used in military drones for defense operations or commercial drones for tasks like crop monitoring and package delivery, VNAV's adaptable design broadens its market potential. This scalability opens up new applications while maintaining the same core technology, allowing Palantir to push the boundaries of what's possible across industries. Security is also a significant concern in modern drone technology, with GPS signals increasingly vulnerable to spoofing or hacking. VNAV mitigates these risks by eliminating the need for GPS signals altogether, drastically reducing the chance of an adversary hijacking the drone's navigation system.
Well, that's just great.
This capability is especially crucial for national security applications where robust cyber defenses are essential. Palantir's solution enhances mission security while ensuring the drones stay on course, even in hostile environments where electronic countermeasures.
Can one of you type AIP into your browser? Because in Canada it's coming up something with immigration.
You might want to put that LOM also with it. You might narrow it down a little bit. AIP and then LOM. They were tied together.
Environmentally, VNAV contributes to more efficient drone operations by enabling safer, low-altitude flight, which reduces energy consumption. Lower power requirements translate into longer flight times and less frequent battery replacements, making it not only a cost-effective solution, but also an environmentally friendly one. The reduced need for continuous signal transmission also minimizes electromagnetic interference, benefiting surrounding ecosystems and reducing the drone's overall environmental footprint.
Yeah, of course,
This is another strong point for VNAV.
These people,
Many current drone navigation systems require specialized training and familiarity with complex GPS-based technologies. VNAV simplifies this by using visual navigation techniques that are intuitive for operators to understand. This can significantly reduce the training time for new pilots, making drone operations more accessible and easier to integrate into existing workflows. The use of familiar visual navigation techniques means operators can get up to speed faster and perform missions with greater confidence.
Wow.
While VNAV uses live camera feeds for navigation, it does so without storing or transmitting personal information, addressing privacy concerns that often arise with drone operations. This makes it a compelling choice for civilian applications where data protection and privacy are paramount.
So it's got access to data, personal data,
infrastructure, or public safety operations. Palantir's design ensures that sensitive information remains secure while still providing the capabilities needed for autonomous navigation. What about future potential? The groundwork laid by VNAV opens up exciting possibilities for AI integration. Looking to the future, VNAV's foundational technology can serve as a stepping stone for integrating more advanced AI functionalities. For instance, future updates could enable features like real-time object avoidance, adaptive mission planning, or even fully autonomous decision-making without human intervention. These advancements would enhance the drone's ability to perform complex missions with high levels of autonomy and efficiency, pushing the limits of what's achievable in both military and commercial applications.
It's been said you should have money in your head. No.
Wow. So yeah, they can just make it autonomous, set it to your biometrics if it is outside the zone of the GPS, you know, and then just target you. That's great.
VNAV's technology can also help in meeting regulatory requirements for drone operations. Its GPS-independent navigation capability makes it suitable for scenarios where traditional navigation might not comply with regulations, such as flying near buildings or in densely populated areas. By offering a solution that aligns with or even exceeds current regulatory standards, Palantir makes it easier for commercial operators to navigate the complex world of drone regulations and expand their operational capabilities. In disaster response scenarios where GPS infrastructure might be compromised, VNAV-equipped drones could prove invaluable, whether it's for search and rescue missions,
Do you have YouTube
damage
open? I'm
assessment, or
getting an
delivering
echo.
emergency supplies. The ability to operate autonomously in GPS-denied environments could be the difference between life and death. The technology's reliability in adverse conditions showcases its potential for humanitarian efforts, making it an essential tool in the arsenal for disaster management teams. Furthermore, VNAV isn't just a standalone solution. It can be integrated with other technologies to create a broader ecosystem for enhanced mission capability. For instance, combining VNAV with mesh networks for drone swarms could enable collaborative missions where multiple drones work together autonomously. This integration potential opens the door to even more sophisticated applications.
Oh yeah, because we're part of the mesh network. That's beautiful. That's just fantastic.
From large-scale environmental monitoring to complex military operations. To sum it all up, VNAV's revolutionary approach to drone navigation is more than just a technological innovation. It's a leap forward in redefining what's possible for autonomous systems.
Jesus.
By merging multiple data sources like inertial sensors, optical flow, and reference matching into a cohesive system, and using advanced algorithms like the Kalman filter, VNAV offers a robust, reliable navigation solution. Palantir's commitment to pushing boundaries is evident in VNAV's ability to overcome the traditional limitations of GPS-based navigation, providing a safer, more efficient, and more versatile approach to drone operations. As the challenges surrounding GPS interference continue to grow, it stands out as a beacon of innovation, helping ensure mission success in the most demanding environments. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful,
So that's some pretty impressive technology. Well, that's an interesting rock.
Perfectly rounded.
Hurts.
Could be a hair follicle. Does have a nipple.
Is that the shape of the world?
It could be a hair follicle.
What's that? Blood.
That nipple could be a stalk that comes up.
Vein.
Yeah, hard to say what it is. What else did we have here? Oh, College of DuPage. Oh, yeah. Lost friends to Call of Duty. Okay. You did notice the nipple. That's good, Scotty. So what do we got here, Mr. Mission? What else did we have? Oh yeah, the AIP. NAV Canada. So AIP in electronic format. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, okay. This always happens to me. 404 error. Yay. So they're not going to let me look at it. So it has to do with navigation. Employers wishing to hire Immigrants? I don't know that this has anything to do with that. This one here. No, it's permanent residents there too. AIP. Here it is. AIP Canada in electronic PDF format. Refer to NAV Canada website. Let's try that.
Put AI Palantir.
Put in what?
AIP and Palantir. Might be like a proprietary there. Exclusive.
Got NVIDIA.
Huh.
Palantir Artificial. Here we go. Okay, you're going to let me look at it? Nice. Go beyond chat. Okay. Enterprise autonomy. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Or it'll let me go. Let's see if I can do it with the slider on the side. There we go. Workflow builders. Shipping. There's their library. Aerospace, aviation, automotive, construction and real estate, energy and renewables, financial service and banking, governance and security, healthcare and life sciences, ooh. Insurance, logistics, manufacturing, media, retail. It covered it all. AI solutions for everything.
What full swing, full to media side of it. I'd like to know a real number of what percentage of the content. Just take YouTube for example. How much of the content being produced on a daily basis is from these AI?
Well, I bet a good portion of it, for sure. People are starting to notice that more and more. No, they don't limit our internet, not like they do in China. No. Nibble. Did you rub it gently? Crisp thinking. Crisper thinking. Avoiding emerging risks, reducing the frequency and severity of incidents, and quickly recover from crisis. Price resilience. Best in class solution to give you the foresight, proactivity, and confidently manage risk to business objectives. Physical security and threats, brand reputation, and new emerging risks. So you can gain brand reputation by using them. Oh, God.
Yeah, because it's a new trendy trend now.
Yeah.
We're using AI in our business. We're on the cutting edge of we're moving into the future.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Platform trust and safety, of course. Trust. We have to trust them, you know. Trust them with your data. Trust them with everything, you know. It's getting ridiculous, the amount of trust they seem to want.
And look, I pointed out, or I went on Google's own homepage website and went to their basically their mission statement or about page.
Yeah.
And within the long paragraph, they had typed one line in there that said word for word. It said, "You trust us with your data, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And we take responsibility." That's what they said in there.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They sell your data.
Exactly.
They straight up sell your data. Jesus. Yeah.
Well, they betrayed my trust, and they took responsibility, so they're liable.
Well, yeah. They never want to take responsibility, though.
Well, if you notice, if you Google if you Google lawsuit, every time that there is one, they always settle out of court, basically, without getting a judgment, because they know what they're doing is wrong. So they just settle out of court, make it all go away. Whoever cries foul, they cede and say, yeah, we violated your privacy. Here's a judgment. Here's some money, and then they just keep doing it because they never get convicted.
Yeah.
They don't let it go that far because they know better.
Yep. Change their name. Yeah. It's Alphabet now.
Things like discovery, which would force them to have their books opened.
Yeah. Show their algorithms.
Yeah.
You don't want to see their algorithms. That's don't want to see what biases they put in it, because it's totally illegal. But even Palantir themselves, they bragged, that they turned the elections in Europe from right wing to left wing, and nothing happened to them. Not a thing. They're fine. Nobody's come after them for that, election interference that everybody is talking about.
Yeah, it's the most sacred cow, right?
God. Hypocrites, right?
Yep, fork-tongued tonguers, man.
Yeah, all this AI, I don't see a good outcome from the way it's being used now for people's personal business and personal use.
No, they're not even saving to us anymore. They've moved swiftly into this national security argument about it. First of all, be safe. I'm tired of the safe. And when you look up the definition of safe, very, very high standard. Safe is basically free from any potential harm and risk, but they use it to mean an acceptable amount of harm and risk, makes it generally safe.
Yeah, your mic's still messed up a bit.
Yeah.
It's weird. I can't get to any of the settings either.
Yours was sliding out earlier a little bit. I think
Yeah, it does it when I play videos.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the reason. Let's try this. There, how's that?
Check.
Yeah, mic check.
Okay.
Sounds a lot better. Yeah.
All right.
So it's just let's see if we can share screen and have it stay okay. Gotham. They will restream me. No, that's not. Share this one. There, that gets us a little bit of a background, maybe. These drone systems are going to be the wave of the future. That's what they're going to do.
NVIDIA accelerated.
No, it is the video. Yeah. So yeah, playing videos does the same thing to my voice a lot of the times. Look what you found. What's that? AirTag's talking class action. Oh, okay. Survives motion to dismiss. But you're not allowed to stalk people with AirTags? Let's see. Apple must face lawsuit claiming AirTags are a weapon of stalkers. Well, yeah. Still echoing and I'm not sharing screen, so.
I'm echoing? I'm not even saying that. No.
Yeah. No, it's my voice echoing through your mic. It's weird. That's the next censorship wave. Could be. You figured it out. Okay.
What is?
I don't know.
What's the next?
AirPods? I don't know.
Oh. Apparently Apple is making earbuds with some kind of camera cam. I just saw
Oh, yeah?
story about that. Yeah, I don't know why they put a camera in earbuds, but
so Apple must face lawsuit claiming AirTags are weapons of stalkers. Yeah, I could see that. Apple lost a bid to dismiss a lawsuit alleging its AirTag devices help stalkers track their victims. Well, yeah, of course it would. About 36 women and men who have filed a lawsuit that Apple was warned of the risk posed by its AirTags and argue the company could be legally blamed under California law when the tracking devices are used for misconduct. I don't know. I suppose it's up to the individual user, but they could just go to magnetics instead of the electrics they're broadcasting through the sky. But they wouldn't have as much trackability of us and control. So the electric systems are much better. But they could do all their communications and all that magnetically instead of electrically, which isn't as harmful on us. Hi, Steve McQueen. Good to see you. That's quite a mouthful. Advanced quantum vortex phase conjugated charge implosion collapse. Okay. Get your old scrying mirror, yeah. Yeah, Apple will, I don't know. Is Apple even a independent company? You know? I don't know. Like they don't really operate independently. I'm sure all their data goes right to military, as all data probably does, and is required to, I believe. Yeah, don't cry into mirrors. IVIM. MVIM. What's M in Roman numerals? Do you remember? I know V is 5 and I is 1.
Yeah. X is 10.
What's M?
What's its AM?
Yeah. Let me check.
Got here.
I think it is a Roman numeral. 1,000. Okay. Just kind of funny that our 1,005 and I don't know. Okay. Yeah, M is 100. Hi, Scott. Hi, Curious Squirrel. Yeah, 1,000. You keep the Samsung scrying mirror really clean. There you go. Keep your TV screen really clean. That way you can get a good image of you. From ticks? Oh my God. Don't get yourself Lyme disease there, Brian. All right. Well, that's I don't know what to say to that, Mr. Mission. You've got all the mental illnesses, apparently. Okay. It can only be up from there. I hate ticks. Yeah. Hey, Curious Squirrel, how you doing? Your dog has been hammered? It's not good. You mean drunk? That's not good. I've seen dogs drunk before. It doesn't they don't feel well after.
About to drop out. My thing is dragging. Oh, your voice is like roboting and shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope they upgrade this system. That's usually what happens. StreamYard was bad for my audio for a while, and then they upgraded the system. Inverted society from their fuckery. Yeah. You only have half? Maybe you can get the rest with the ticks. Get some ticks. Well, that was everything I wanted to look at today. I just wanted to do Palantir. What's this this map for here, Mr. Mission? Satellite and radar. Doesn't have a play option. Oh, it does. Let's see. Let's watch it move. Love animation. Oh, you can see all the can't zoom in, can you? See all the radars, all these systems here. Little dots that aren't moving. Yeah, they say that moisture will move away from radar, so it should be moving, I guess in that case, up, putting it up into the upper atmosphere. What is this? That's the next rad system. Nice. Visible blue. Oh. CO2. Visible red. Oh, that's fun. Oh, got a good curl going up there. Shortwave. Visible red. Neat. Veggie NRI. Okay. Snow ice, shortwave, mid-level. Neat. Cool. Interesting stuff. Long wave IR. I don't know. You get some pareidolia out of that, maybe. Weaponized, perhaps? What? Oh, maybe. They could be. There's one apparently down in Texas that if it bites you, you can't digest meat very well. So, set it for 200 frames. Interesting. Ozone. Let's see where the ozone hole is. I don't see a hole in the ozone. Yeah, it is a bizarre time to be alive. If they can do weird things like that, surveillance like this. Look at how many spectrum of that they can scan this in. It's amazing. What do we have here? 16 different spectrums. That's amazing. That's mosaic radar. Dual pole and NextRad. No, I don't like that one. That one's neat, showing all the NextRad systems. Globally. Interesting. I'll have to save this one. It's cool. Nice. Current conditions. Few regional, sub-regional, localize. Few mesoscale sectors. Wow. Localized. So you can pick a region. Few sub-regional, regional. Cool. Available. Neat. I don't know if you can do that, Scott. Not with this, anyways. Hi, Steve. How you doing? Nocturnal Frequency. Good to see you. But I believe they do have that technology. Underground sensors, deep penetrating radar, and yeah, I don't think they'll let us see that, but they'll let us see the skies. Yeah, there's more stuff. There's a lot of caverns underneath the pyramids, but I don't think they're going to let us see that. Not in any great detail. Hi, Pamela Jean. How you doing? Yeah, they've probably mapped out all the gold reserves, silver, every precious metal. Like a lot of people think that that's why they had that hurricane come through, was to uncover some deposits so they can start mining in that area. There wasn't enough mud. It looked like they moved a lot of mud. You got more storms going by? Yeah, there's that red one coming up on you. Let's see. Here's the national weather map. Let's see, what does their scale mean there? Tornado warning in pink there. So that's the one. Right there, I don't know what state that is. What's yellow? Big patch of yellow up there. Where's the yellow? Wind advisory, lake wind advisory. Purple. Storm warning. So you got tornado warnings. Let's see what happens when we click on it. 12 miles north of Strasbourg, 35 miles southwest of Fort Morgan, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Remains in effect till 2:15 p.m. for central Adams County. So they are calling for flying debris, mainly rural areas of central Adams County. Is that where you are? Yeah, where were you, Scotty? They claim to have found Noah's Ark in Turkey. Oh yeah, that's it's underground. It can be seen by underground scans. There was years ago they said there were bones of it sticking out. Interesting, they're bringing that up again. Probably a new type of scan they're doing. Oh yeah. That happens, Pamela Jean. Sorry about that, you know. Yeah, right, Scotty? You weren't watching, so all kinds of bad stuff happened. Sorry, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to use these weather weapons, these NextRad systems and chemtrails. Yeah, NextRad towers from 9 to 11 to 9/11. Yep, that's what they did last summer, right? Used to live there, yeah. Yeah, in my area, they'll probably just burn us out, burn people into the cities. Yeah, Indiana's been hit again and again recently. Past couple of years, they've been hitting it pretty hard. And Texas and Florida. Like, that's one thing too. Like, is the algorithm purposely targeting, Republican states? Because that seems to be the thing that's happening. Some act of vandalism against a fertility clinic must have taken out a fiber. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we don't want people being fertile. Yeah, everybody, I keep telling people, and I'll say it again, there's not going to be a big event that you can stand up against. They're going to get us with attrition, the Fabian way. Fabian society believes in victory through attrition. So very slow, methodical, waiting out your victim. 2 dust storms? Dust storms? Yeah, those are kind of crazy. What about the monsoons? I don't know. What about them? Yeah, you miss monsoons. Okay. Well, good rains are good. That's the thing. They can control the weather so well at this point. Like, why do we even need to have these storms? Like, we've seen all the patents going back to the the ones that are on controlling tornadoes seems to start around the 50s, 40s or 50s. So they've been able to control tornadoes, cyclones since the 50s. What have they done with them? Right? Yeah, to nail their voltage gated ion channels billions of times per second with those crazy phones and towers. Yep, that's exactly right. That'll make you sick too. That's right, they are cowardly parasites. Right, Scott? Yeah, they can direct bad weather easily. Right, but it's not ionizing. Yeah. They could use magnetics, but they won't. Because they can't have as much of an impact under the skin with magnetics. Right? Magnetic communication is not usable for control or, harming people. Well, that's a nice one. It's non-ionizing. So, is ionizing radiation bad for you? Ionized? So they kind of make it sound like it's good. because they use non-ionizing radiation. No, it's not good for you. Not at all. World Health Organization, ionizing radiation, not good for you. As the use of ionizing radiation increases, so does the potential for health hazards, if not properly used or contained. So, ionized radiation or non-ionized radiation, none of them are good for you. Yeah, it's supposed to be good that they iodize the salt, but they use a lesser form, right? You know, that's funny. You ask, that's what I asked. Is ionizing radiation good for you? But the AI wouldn't answer that one. Why not? Tries to answer everything else. It's got an answer for almost everything. That's the one thing it doesn't want to talk about? Come on. You can't pull together a couple of sentences about ionizing radiation? Yeah, it's higher, right? So yeah, UVC or higher. Doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah. It's interesting what it wants to talk about and doesn't want to talk about. Hi, Emmett. You've been working or trying to. Okay, that's good. Yeah, au natural. Yeah, ionizing radiation is deadly as well. Yeah, as non-ionizing. Oh, they're going to use non-ionizing. It's like sugar-free, right? But it's just aspartame, so it's worse for you. And so that's hilarious. Oh, lots of them. Lots of them. Responded boobs are good. Yeah. Just didn't want to talk to you, right? But AI is very selective in what it wants to answer. Ionized in the sky. Hi, Morgan. Ionized in the sky. U2 elevation point. Good to see you. Yeah, so there really isn't a radiation that's, in I suppose in low enough doses, Some of it's not that bad for you. Some of it might even be essential, I don't think AI is. I suspect AI is not good. The effects of it on people, I don't think, are good. Yeah, ask it that. That may be very close to the future there, Scotty boy. I think they are working on that. That would be kind of the dream. Got to elevate, eh? Bono, what a shill. Just finished college and been more normal. I would have been more into science. Could be good, could be bad. Ask it if the ones coming through my walls are AI hybrids. Yeah, that's a good question. Probably military. Wound up dead from going to college? I think they will eventually, once they gather enough data from us. I think they're going to stop us from using AI eventually. Yeah, it's going to be total censorship, at least. That's the plan for Canada. We'll have to learn to speak in some weird code, but eventually that's AI will figure that out too. Yeah, not being normal would help. Makes it harder for the AI to predict you. Don't think it makes it impossible, but it makes it harder. So that's at least a good thing. All right, normal is for losers. I agree. They're trying to push that everywhere, and luckily, in most places, it's been pushed back. There's old people that won't use it, and I think there's even young people that won't use it. Let's see if we can find. They probably won't print that. Let's see. So yeah, the Canadian bank is. Here we go. We've been exploring a digital dollar. No, you've already got it ready. Bank of Canada drops plans to issue digital dollar currency. Let's read that one. Let's see why. We use cookies. I'll take your cookies. Okay. So it's ending its work on issuing a digital dollar 4 years after the central bank began studying the possibility. On its website, the Bank of Canada announced Thursday it was scaling down its work on a retail currency central bank digital dollar. The bank explained the decision is by saying its research work on the digital Canadian dollar was complete and other payments issued had become more pressing. Okay. The body of knowledge built over the recent years will be invaluable if at some point in the future Canadians, through their elected representatives, decide they want a digital Canadian dollar. The Bank of Canada will continue monitoring global retail, CBDCs, developments, and publish retail-related research. But its focus will turn to preparing for the evolution of payments, both in Canada and around the world, through policy research and analysis. The focus would include its payment oversight and supervision functions, policy development related to wholesale and retail payments, as well as payments infrastructure, as well as policy work on cross-border payments in collaboration with our central bank partners. Okay. So why didn't they push it? Public consultation, the result of which found that Canadians were mostly against the idea, based in part on privacy and security concerns. According to research from the US-based think tank, well, yeah, it's digital, come on, Atlantic Council, updated this month, 143 countries and currency unions representing 98% of global GDP are exploring CBDC, but only 3 countries, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Nigeria, have fully launched their own. Well, I'm glad to see that there is pushback on that. So, hold on, what's that? I could use nested Faraday bags turned off for emergency roadside, and a Japanese phone that won't work on the US with no SIM chip card in it. It's always in flight mode. Yeah, I keep mine in a bag as well. Good idea. Oh, okay, nice. About to get higher. Okay. Camera, music, yeah. Ebooks, yeah. My phone gets mostly used for downloads. I download podcasts and listen to it. Haha. You're kitted up? Kitted as fuck? Okay. Good stuff. You do you, Scotty? Wow. Yeah, they're probably, well, you can see they've got the NextRad system going like crazy. I had that on there. All of these, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I can't really see it on that one. No, didn't like that one. It's always windy in Texas. With AI-powered functionalities, yeah, core components. Yeah, I don't want that. We got this magnetic pole flip thing coming to the sun and Earth from the center of the galaxy one of these years. Probably not in the next 4 years. We looked at the pole shift last night. At least for the next 4 years. Looks like if there is anything happening, there will be some type of intervention. At least from what we saw last night. With my limited teeth, I can still eat apples. Nice. Yeah, then somebody gets their hands in there. Or it gets hacked, or it's wave after wave. Clouds moving in. Yeah. It is like wave after wave, yeah. Steer the weather, yeah, around the areas they want to. I don't know. I don't believe it would have advanced security at all. Actually, I don't believe that. They've shown their systems to be hackable. Yeah, could detect and prevent fraud, cyber attacks, and other malicious activities, potentially making transactions. Yeah, I don't believe that. They stopped it from raining in Arizona and in West Phoenix. Through a search, yeah. Yeah, and who's got control of that AI system? You know, is it fully autonomous, making its own decisions? Is it going to have any glitches? Yeah, evildoers and clever bastards, right? Yeah, last night's destination was the pole shift for the next 4 years. Right. Yeah, they are, Pam. Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, we might have fixed the tilt, you know. Yeah, what I want them to do, I want them to make it rain everywhere at 3 a.m. so that all the crops will be nicely watered. And I want us to go back to a gold standard. They can already print money with gold or silver in it, right? You want a digicoin? You see me. No. Don't want a digicurrent. Even these crypto dollars, right? With a simple program upgrade, they can be CBDCs in an instant, you know? Yeah, it looked like there was some intervention in a pole shift over the next 4 years. That was cool. Right, Pamela? We fixed that. Oh, it rains every day at 9 a.m.? Yeah, same thing. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. They could do that. I so want that, Pamela. Yeah, that'd be cool if the sun went back to its original golden glow. But apparently, right now with these chemtrails, it's actually destroying the ozone. So what people are convinced that are helping, are actually destroying the atmosphere. I think we need more CO2. Turns pink or chartreuse. That'd be cool. Apparently, the sun used to be purple. We had a purple sun. That was when we were in Saturn, apparently. That'd be cool. Blue or turquoise? I'd want a purple. Saw something terrible in the future and he changed his mental power. Something so bad he wouldn't even say what it was. Probably pole shift, oceans, continent stuff. Could be. Hard to say. If he didn't tell anyone. alienly a chemtrail. I asked him what he was doing. He said, we're moving the planet. Yeah, somebody was saying that Wayne Steiger was doing a show on that, how we moved on the spiral arm from the middle out to the end. I think that's the way we moved. We either moved in or out, but we moved on the spiral arm. Could be a Mandela effect, or it could be AI intervention. A lot of people now are thinking that the Mandela effect might be AI intervention, going back and changing things on people. So they want, we have more trees, actually. We do have more trees. We have more trees than we have had in the 70s and before. We're actually greener. Pole shift is for BS, George Snorky. I think it is being used somewhat as a a scare tactic. There's the most trusted digital bank, supposedly. Yeah, I don't know. The most trusted. Just trust us. There's that word again. Yeah. They always want you to just trust them, right? Just trust us. We're your friend. Trust us. That's what they said to you with a lot of stuff recently, right? Trust the science. Trust the research. Trust your government. Trust your doctor. Trust. Right? What is the WEF's major platform for the year? Regaining trust. Wonder how that happened. Magnetic north has moved? Yeah, it constantly moves. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I haven't personally measured them myself. No. They do. Apparently they wander all the time. Like when I was a kid, I was taught to go 4.3 degrees off of true north, or off of magnetic north to get true north. But now it's different in my area. So it changes. Hi, Desert Rose. Yeah, I don't trust any of these things. I heard chemtrails were probably to work with an antenna to track cloaked visitors. That's one that's one person, one purpose. They do serve multiple purposes. Tracking and tracing is one of the main ones. Surveillance. Magnetic north is not moving. I used to set it off by true north was off by 4.3 degrees when I was a kid. So almost say 4 degrees. At least that's what I was told. So what you posting? Lots of stuff. Cockroach DB. Run your business critical applications across any environment. Yeah. What was this? Yeah, I won't be going into digital dollars at all. Let me close a few tabs down here. I'm getting really messy up here. That's funny. Yep, just well, no, trust everybody. That's what they're trying to do, get you to trust everybody. So why don't you trust everybody? Because they nefarious motherfuckers, that's why. It's going to be a good change this time. Yeah, people are becoming aware. Change can only happen if people are aware. So hopefully that's happening. I think it is. Maybe new innovations will come out. That would be nice. People keep talking about a 0-point energy device. I don't know if that's going to happen. Most trusted finance platform. Well, they're all going to tell you that, right? Fight fraud, move money, and make better risk decisions. Okay. Let's see. Unrivaled data network, actionable insights, the most trusted platform. In every head-to-head test we performed, Plaid emerged as gold standard for quality, data quality, security, and coverage. Yeah. So what are these? Flexport, 32%. 32% more credit. Better boost the medium balance for 91% of users. And uphold decreased return losses by 80%. Why are you going to get return losses? That's the thing with the digital dollar, right? You can put it in there. And if somebody withdraws a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of those digital tokens or whatever, your token goes down in value. So it's like adjustable money and risky money, right? The Plaid network. Let's ask AI what that is. The most trusted platform. Oh, look, AI. Oh, no, this is just them. Most trusted platform. Onboard customers, fight fraud, move money, make better risk decisions with Plaid. Scale your business with data from Plaid Network. 1,200 plus financial institutions. You enjoy the risky stuff? Give it a go, right? Hi, Marlena. Good to see you. Silly tears dancing in the front yard. Nice. They wouldn't grow? Could be too old. Get some smoky buys, yeah. Don't need no safe word. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just thinking of emailing you. How's the job going? Are you still working at the bar? Been digging for news. Yeah. We've been missing you in class. We had a good one last night. We did the pole shift. Looks like we're safe for about 4 years for sure. No, I know. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's different, Marlene. And it's Marlena. I only read the first names, you people, sometimes. I have growing on my porch, and I loved it. Yeah, you could try some new seeds. Thank you, Scotty. I should email her. Trump told Walmart to eat the tariffs. They just said Biden has prostate. Oh, wow. An MDK clinic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when they're fresh. Depends on, yeah, how old they are, you know, what kind of genetics they've got. I don't know, maybe you could, if you have any left, you could try some rooting chemicals. Maybe force it to root. They have used to use a powder that they had for cloning. You just dip the tip of the plant in the cloning powder. Maybe if you put some of that on there. Yeah, Walmarts are closing all over the place. So, you know, they destroyed all the businesses in the area and then they just flock off, right? So, can't wait for ours to close down, but I don't know if it's going to. It's just down the road from me. 2024 was the weirdest. Been a pretty weird 4 or 5 years, really. Nice heartbreaking movie. Follow the Silenced. Ooh. Biden ready for the crazy house? Ice cream, poo-poo diapers, poo-poo softeners. Target went, now half with all the Walmarts. Yeah. Yeah, the 90s was fun. I enjoyed the 90s. Oh, is it? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. You love the 60s? I was born in '68, so I missed him. I like the butterfly collars and bell-bottom jeans of the '70s. I really only ever saw like one guy completely kitted out in person. But yeah, he had like the flower shirt with the huge butterfly collar, platform shoes, the jeans with the bell bottoms and the big afro hairdo in the 1970s, sideburns. At the time, it was kind of like out of place because it was in the late '70s. And most people around where I live didn't dress like that. That was more like something people would do in the big cities. Hi, Off the Hook. Good to see you. The 2010s were pretty weird, yeah. The '70s were better. Huh. Awesome. Nice. I love it when the flowers come out. Well, I'm going to cut it off here, guys. I'm getting pretty hungry, close to dinner time. I'd like to thank you all for showing up. Until next time, keep your third eye open. All right. Bye-bye.